We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
So, hello everybody. Now we have today we are going to do a session on how to choose your EB1A criteria. Actually, that is the topic of today's webinar, and here we have our presentation. Now, how to choose the right EB1A criteria? The step most applicants, EB1A aspirants miss before chasing the American dream. Now, this is what we have here: the strategic framework for achieving for high professionals to use random evidence. Now, what many people commit here a mistake is they see this particular criteria and they commit a mistake of saying that, oh, fine, this is my, kind of a expert. This is what I should be doing. I fulfill 2 criteria. I fulfill 3 criteria. We have been talking about this a lot, but this is definitely not the right way to do things. Then we have here, most EB1A petitions fail not because you are not talented enough. The petitions fail because the case was built backwards, starting from what evidence do I have, and instead of what story my career tells. The whole objective of a particular EB1A petition is what story does my career tell. That's the way it has to be. And why it matters today, particularly because your profile is paramount here. Okay, your profile is paramount. It cannot be strategic. It cannot be transactional, and evidence mindset is the paramount here. Actually, profile first approach is the most important because every framework on this call has been pressure tested across hundreds of EB1A profile operators and founders. We do not file paperwork. We help build underlying record that makes a petition credible in the first place, and we treat criteria as an evidence design. This is what most people miss here. Oh, how people do it. I have achievements. I just don't know which one counts. My career is impressive, but it doesn't fit a clean academic mold. My profile feels scattered. There is no story. You have to build a coherence story around it. Because your original contribution could be linked to your award could be linked to your membership, or membership to the award. Your critical role may lead to your salary, or a critical role may lead to an original contribution as well. Actually, I'm scared of building the wrong evidence for the wrong category. Everyone tells me I would qualify, but no one can tell me how. I have been preparing for months and I'm still not sure whether I'm ready or not ready. This is one of the paramount questions we keep on getting from people outside the program. And for people inside the program, we have a very dynamic and very established process for that actually. Now, please understand that EB1A is not really a very scavenger hunt. And this is what people do. Okay, fine, let me pick up evidence from here. Let me see who gives the letters. Let me see who is able to help me out, and then reverse engineer your petition. No, that's not the right way. Based on your career, you need to draft a particular coherent story and then try to put forward what is workable and what is not workable. Then you need to, what is workable, you need to create evidences based on that. Because USCIS isn't asking that can you find 3 labels or 3 check markers to attach to your career. USCIS is looking for the total record that shows extraordinary ability, whether you have reached the top 1% of the field of expertise, sustained acclaim. Now, I have said this enough that sustained acclaim is not necessarily a function of time. It is also a function of your expertise and the impact that you have created in the past, present, and future, and the recognition that rises above the normal professional success. So, what USCIS is actually evaluating is either you have a one-time major achievement, which is like Pulitzer, Olympic, Nobel Prize, the rarest of the rare international recognized award, or the evidence categories that have taken together that shows sustained acclaim and extraordinary ability. So basically, there is one more aspect that comes here. In addition to this, is a final merit determination. Now, let me again try to. This slide is one of the most important slides what we have, because USCIS is not really trying to see whether you meet at least three criteria or minimum three criteria. Essentially, when you apply for your EB1A, there are three components which are very important. It's visualize that you are talking to White House and asking the President Trump that, okay, fine, I'm an expert in this particular field. This is my expertise. This is how US will benefit out of me, and this is what I plan to do and continue to do. If you are able to articulate in this particular fashion, then EB1A can be possibly be achieved. If you are going to go criteria centric, remember you don't have to fit into the criteria. The criteria have to fit into your profile. Now, there are three myths which constantly happen after having studied over hundreds and hundreds of students, after having met at least thousands of people, and we have come to a conclusion that, okay, if I meet three criteria, I think I can get it. 99% of the people who come to us believe that fulfilling three criteria is a sufficient kind of a parameter or a sufficient barometer for them to get into EB1A. It is not true. The second myth what we have, that even EB1A is only for academics with publication. No. Let's visualize that if you know, Ratan Tata, Steve Jobs, okay, Bill Gates were to apply for EB1A hypothetically. This is just a hypothetical question. They necessarily may not have any citations or publications in their to their credit, but the profundity of the expertise is, and the profundity of your work is far more prominent actually. Okay, and the last and the most important, right, aspect here is we have seen people even fulfilling 8 criteria, or even it may fulfill even 9 criteria, but still it has the strength of the case is not a function of your criteria, but the profundity of your expertise, number one. Number two, the benefit to the US, number three. And number two is the most another aspect which is being covered is what will you do after you get your after you get your EB1A. There is another aspect which people don't realize. Your evidence has a shelf life. You cannot talk about something unless and until it is really very prominent or really something which is perpetual, that your evidence has a shelf life. Don't bask in the past glory at all. Another aspect is adjudicator standards keep rising and profile building takes time. Because you are talking about you becoming the best in the world. It is not about trying yourself to fit into the EB1A criteria. Please remember that. Okay? Now, when we say adjudication standards keep rising, it doesn't mean the standards are getting difficult. It basically means the law enforcement is going in a more in-depth manner, actually. How the law is being followed and everything, it becomes in a more in-depth manner. Choosing criteria because they are available is not the right way to do it. Oh, I think I can do this. I wrote some article in Medium. Can it work? Will the LinkedIn article works? No, it doesn't work like this here actually. Look at all the things that I have done. 6 disconnected claim, force criteria, officer ends up confused, and confusion means denial or RFE or NOID actually. Yeah? Here is a field where I rose to distinction. This is the best way to do it. Don't try to fit into the criteria. As I basically said, you need to make sure that the criteria fit into your profile. List down all the initiatives, what you have done so far, and look at the whatever initiatives you have done from the lens of the criteria. Which criteria best proves that my work, my recognition, and my impact place me amongst the top of the field? This is the best way to do it. 5 filters for choosing your EB1A criteria. So how you should choose your criteria. Now that is the whole crux here. We have brought this discussion to this particular level. Number one is a field fit. It has to match your expertise. Number two, it has to match the strength of the evidence, and the evidence strength has to match with the criteria. Okay? And there needs to be a recognition signal. Did others beyond your boss notice? It's not about you trying to do something in the company and the company kind of appreciating it or recognizing it. That is not sufficient. It has to spread beyond your company. Does it strengthen the same story? When you say story, does it also help to strengthen some other criteria? For example, you would have done some critical role that manifests itself into original contribution. Because of that original contribution, you got some award. Now that is something narrative cohesion implies actually. And then will it move the officer's belief that you have reached to the top of your field of expertise? This means the final merit determination. And the most important thing now, here we'll get into more detail of the same thing, the field fit, define before you defend. Your criteria must match the field you are actually. It cannot happen that, we had somebody practicing medicine from in healthcare actually, but she also happened to be a dancer, and then she said that, okay, I have got some awards in dance, can I be using it? No, absolutely not. There needs to be a coherence in that. Now again, when you talk of evidence strength, we are talking about proof. This is not an elevator pitch. Please understand that. Okay? I made a major impact in my company. No, that is a weak. Now, how you should present it? My system was adopted across 4 business units that drove 12 million in measurable savings and is referenced in 2 industry white papers. This is called story. This is called pitch. Please understand there is a difference. Adjectives won't work. My manager says I am excellent. Internal company award, recognition from peers is strong, and the strongest is adoption, validation is the most important aspect here. Now, this is what we are talking about narrative. Every criteria should point to the same conclusion, and they should all get interconnected. Okay? Take it as a reverse of a mind map actually, that you're having a lot of initiatives and objectives, and they all are pointing towards one particular direction. That's how you should visualize your criteria to be looking like. Publication in one area, salary in another, media about something else, letters that don't connect. Now connection is the most important thing. You may be technically eligible, emotionally totally unconvincing. Officers cannot reach a single confident conclusion. Please understand, that will not happen. Every criteria reinforces the same field, the same impact, and the same area of recognition, arc of recognition. The officers read 3 or 4 pieces of evidence and arrives at only one conclusion: this that you are at the top of your field of expertise. This is how the presentation or of your petition needs to be made here. And now this is the third part which we are talking about, is the final merit determination. The entire convergence of your criteria should be focused towards the final merit determination. Okay? This is the most important thing. Even if otherwise we have seen people with 8 criteria coming up, 6 criteria, 5 criteria, and still getting rejected. This does not work at all. Now, what are you here? So there are multiple types of applicants. What we have seen: looks academically active but not feel significant, is somebody who is a research oriented person, shows how the work change thinking was relied upon and solved a meaningful problem. Now these are somebody who has created, we had 1 or 2 folks who were startup founders and who got their EB1A approved actually. These are more of a founders. The operators translate business outcome into field relevant impact, show scale, stakes, dollar valuation. You have done some business. We had somebody from one of the leading, kind of a retail chains in USA. The person was in charge of logistics and ensuring that stocks are complete. So this is every day billions of dollars worth of goods were being transferred, and he was supply chain in charge of that. This is what kind of an operator would come. And this is the strongest of the two clusters. Build the third strategically, then forcing it. You can create your own domain. Researcher, founder, operator. If there is something you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself also. It could imply somebody who is a software performance tester, somebody a semiconductor chip expert. You can decide how you want to proceed and create your own domain. And another important aspect I want to talk about today is four criteria where people totally go wrong. People believe that, oh, I'm getting high salary, even we have seen $1 million salary getting rejected. I earn more than my colleagues. It must be benchmarked against, because you need to benchmark against the right expertise, occupation, geography, and the compensation. Stronger when the independent, credible, and focused on your work, not paid placement or generic. This is most important thing. It cannot be paid placements are not permitted. For example, if you get an award and that award does a paid placement, that is not a media coverage. Media coverage has to be very genuine. Then we talk about awards. There are a lot of kind of an awards which can be bought, which is not acceptable to USCI setup. And we talk about membership. Open networks don't count. Only membership that move the needle required. If you can pay and play, that is not acceptable. In whether in media, whether in awards, or whether in memberships. When it comes to salary, you need to establish that it is because of your expertise that you are getting the salary. So I think these four are the typical criteria. We can keep on getting questions that which are the four criteria that aspirants get majorly wrong. And please understand that EB1A petition is not about your inflating a resume. It is actually about identifying where extraordinary ability exists or can be credibility built and documenting it with rigor. It's not about look at all the things that I have done. Inflated, using too many adjectives is not sufficient. Force criteria, volume over depth, credibility, leads at every turn. Okay, now specific field of endeavor, you need to have your expertise in a very, very well documented and very well structured form. Your industry that you are focusing on. If you say you are a software engineer, it is not sufficient. You are an IT expert, it is not sufficient. Oh, data science manager, data director, data engineering, data science. No, that is not going to work. Documented impact. Everything what you say, can you validate it with a proper documentation? Independent recognition. You need some letters of recognition from experts, academia, professors, or anybody. Cohesive, credible, and conclusive. I think I don't have to explain these words. Credible is the most important thing. And conclusive. Someone asked a question that can I get a recommendation letter from my colleagues or my juniors? No, it is not going to work. You need to have letters of recommendation from somebody far more credible in that particular. Another aspect is why do you need support to do this actually? Because you are so much close to your own career that you get baffled at times. Oh, fine, which should I be doing? Which criteria I should be going? Which criteria I should not be going? Profile building is reactive at times if you do it alone and not strategic. You don't know yourself what EB1A readiness looks like. We are there to help you out in case you need any support. So how do we do this in the next league program? Is your true field of endeavor. Okay, we have this established done process, which I will do it some other time. But which is your true field of endeavor? Which criteria fit your profile? Which criteria to deprioritize? We can tell you that also. Which evidence? What do you mean by strong evidence or a weak evidence? And what must be built before you fight? So that becomes a part of a profile building. And what final EB1A readiness actually looks like. This is what we are there for actually. for all the people in the Next League program. We have helped over 58 people in the last 2 years. Now, please understand one thing, that this EB1A is for you if you have real achievements. If you have not, please don't come to us. We can't help you. If you are looking for any shortcuts, you don't have to come to us. If you want to just force build your three criteria or just a fragile profile, this is not going to be helpful. You are hoping that somebody will hand over you a guarantee. This is not going to work. You want to make just a normal career and not extraordinary. This place is not for you. Number one, you see EB1A as a next stage of serious career and profile. You are coachable, committed, and willing to do the work. You are done guessing and ready to build a strategy that holds up. You have real achievements and you want them to be positioned correctly, then we are there to support. Don't come to us for a done for you service. That somebody will do the job for you and you will kind of a armchair service. And this is if you are interested to join the Next League program, you are welcome to come here. I'm going to kind of run you through the link also actually that what you need to look at. When you come to this particular aspect of Next League program, then I'm going to tell you what you will see on the screen. We are going to put link here. Let me put the link, the chat, the comment section here. So here it goes. Yeah, I have sent across links across all the channels here. Now, let me show you when you kind of come on this particular link, you will actually see, just a second. You will see this particular slide, website is nextleagueprogram.com. Please go through these documents, and there are some of the FAQs also mentioned here. There are 2 podcasts here. You may like to see this yourself. And here is the link to the whole presentation here. I've sent it to all. Then based on this, you would have another presentation here on the screen that you will see. Second. You can book time here. And last but not the least, you will see a confirmation page, and it is suggested that you go through this in granular detail. There is a session with a former USCIS officer. This is the entire program brochure. You can download it and read it yourself also. And there are a lot of FAQs that what sets the Next League program apart. How do we help? And there are a couple of stuffs out here. Success stories of testimonials of several people. What we have here. And that's all I have here. If there are any questions, Harsha, you are here. You want to ask some questions?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. I mean, is that a paid program or what exactly this is? Like, I didn't totally get
This
it.
is definitely a paid program. We will help you to. This is a 6 months of intensive coaching program. And if you
Okay.
are in complementary resources, we have a lot of that also available. But in case you want to help me to help you for the entire support, my team will get in touch with you and will explain to you. So, do you have any questions regarding EB1A at this moment?
No, no, no. I'm pretty much aware of what it is and like criteria and everything. Just wanted to understand like how make it different. Whatever you just highlighted, those are the people, some people have some myths, some people do it in wrong way. How are you gonna do it in right way? That you never
Exactly.
cover, right? Entire presentation.
Okay, okay. No, we will do one thing. My team will be in touch with you. We will give you some more stuff to read. And if you are looking
Okay.
for resources, we do have that, and also we have a professionally paid program where we have helped over 58 people so far.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so wish you all the best.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Absolutely, and that's what we have here for the day, guys. And we end the presentation. Next week we'll come out with another topic, another subject. Wish you all the best.
Sure. Thank you.